Hi, everyone. It is Steven Schleicher, and I am the executive producer of Critical Hit. I am the one that is responsible for making sure that everything gets recorded. I'm the one responsible for making sure everything gets edited. I'm the one responsible for making sure that it gets into your ear holes every week. And I'm here to say I'm very, very sorry. A few weeks ago, when we were recording this episode, I inadvertently, without malice and without intent, did not turn on the record track for Sam's audio. We record everybody on separate tracks so that I can have good, clean audio, so I can clean up the noise and remove all the bad bits that you guys certainly appreciate, I believe. But for whatever reason, I just completely blanked and did not remember to make sure that Sam's track was active. And so in this episode, I have no Sam audio. But I do have an audio track from Brian. And for whatever reason, Brian's headphones are way loud, and his microphone, when he's not using his mute switch, it always picks up whatever is coming through his headphones. So while I don't have Sam's actual track to bring you this week, I do have, and I tried to tweak this as much as I could. I boosted the audio coming from Brian's headphones and got something. Okay, something that is, I think if you listen hard enough, you'll kind of understand what's being said. But I'm gonna tell you right up front, Sam's audio sounds awful. It sounds like you're riding on a bus and you hear somebody sitting next to you with their headphones up too loud. That's what it sounds like. You can make out what's being said, maybe not completely intelligible, but you know what is being said and you get the general gist. And I think for this episode, I kind of had to go that way. So a couple of apologies. Number one, I want to apologize to you because you deserve better than this. This is completely my fault. This is certainly not Sam's fault. So please do not try to put any blame on her. This is completely on me. So I want to apologize to you for these bad audio bits. And then I also want to apologize to Sam. I really feel bad because there was some good interaction going on between a couple of characters, Orem and Little Sparkle. And, it really does a disservice to the role-playing that she was bringing to the game. So I want to apologize to you, and I wish to apologize for Sam. And I hope you understand that sometimes stuff happens, and hopefully you'll still enjoy this episode of Critical Hit. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, just please drop me a line, podcast@majorspoilers.com, or hit me up on Twitter. I'm always there, or even over on our Discord server. If you got complaints, critique, whatever, just hit me up. But really, I think the audio is about as good as I could recover it. So here you go. Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. And ooh, what exciting times we had last time.
On Critical Hit.
There you go. Now, let's dive back into the action because I know everyone is on the edge of their seats.
Of Critical Hit.
So, Rodrigo, what do you got for us?
All right. So, I believe we left off with you guys resting, right?
Yes. We went back
you had made your way back down the hill, back to the old hideout, and you guys had gotten some cots and were sleeping off some death saving throws. Yeah. So you guys can be fully rested, reset your action points, encounters and dailies, and so forth. Remove all death saves, heal yourself back up to full, and recover your healing surges.
That's good because I was like running out.
Yeah. So you get all that
literally
back.
Never happened.
Yeah. It. sleeping in 4th edition just like basically sets you back to a brand new sparkling character, which is sometimes what I feel real sleep would do for me. If ever I encountered
as
it.
a vampire, I'm not allowed to sparkle.
Yeah.
There's a copyright issue.
Yes, you guys are able to get some rest, but those of you that require a full night's sleep, which I think is probably around 2 of you nowadays, are woken up after you've rested enough to some commotion in the hideout.
Oh no!
All right, get up. Try to
head for the commotion.
Okay.
Or I do.
When you head over to the commotion, which is really just a few feet away from you. It's a big warehouse, but it's kind of everything's open. So you're able to see that one of the local resistance fighter wizards has collapsed, and there's about 4 other wizards kind of gathered around them, and they seem surprised that this happened, and they seem to be trying to revive him.
What's going on here?
Oh, well, we've taken down all of the transmitter towers, so he tried to send a sending ritual, and then he collapsed.
Oh no. I'll take a look and see if he's okay, if I can do anything for him.
Sure. Why don't you give me a heal check?
All right.
And I think I'm going to, depending on what happens here,
36.
36 is good.
I think I want to check out some magical energies.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
38.
Okay. For Randus, you're able to ascertain, especially having literally had this happen to you, you're able to ascertain that they pulled him out of the ritual early enough that there's probably no permanent damage, but he's probably going to need to be in bed rest for a little while.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let him know. Yeah. He should be fine. He just needs to rest. You pulled him out early enough, so rest up and he should be good.
Can you tell what caused it?
Hence my magical.
Right. You just detect the residual energies of a sending ritual, a ritual that very well. So it's yep, a sending ritual happened, and now a guy is getting basically carried off to sleep it off, and having people wipe the blood off his ears and nose.
But I can't detect anything that would have caused any feedback or loop back to harm him.
This, what you can see here, is a perfectly normal sending ritual.
Yeah, I can just see that he sent a sending ritual. I can't tell that there's anything that would cause this.
Well, presumably whatever was causing the interference that Randus experienced earlier is not directly tied to the towers.
So what was this interference, Randus?
Well, I don't know if I'd really know that. It's something. Apparently these towers weren't the cause of it.
I mean, it was something to do with Theme's frequency, right? Maybe we thought it was the towers that but now that they're down, apparently it's also broadcasting from somewhere else.
That's a fair guess.
If it's something to do with Theme.
Well, yes. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Dolan.
Dolan, right. That would not be a bad idea, and it's a good thought, I think, because we know from our encounter that we had 2 weeks ago with Asmodeus that he knows how all of this stuff works. So theoretically, I guess he could be using something that he's learned through his own his own research.
Oh, I mean, Thien presumably just gave this to him since the two of them were allied.
Why were they allied?
Because Thien didn't want him to destroy the knowledge of her city.
I mean, that makes sense, but that just makes him more powerful, and potentially he's going to erase all of the knowledge that could be used against him.
I mean, I think he has previously shown himself more likely to hoard knowledge than to destroy it. He understands its value.
Well, I wonder then, Randus, do you think there's anything you could do to detect any kind of background magics?
Would there be anything I could do to detect?
We could try a sending ritual.
I mean, yeah, you could just walk right back into that box with the stick holding it up if you if you were confident that these guys could pull you out before there was too much hemorrhaging.
It'd be real risky.
I think it would be very risky.
Yeah, I'd say not that. I mean, it's unfortunate that we can't use sending right now. It would be very useful to be able to contact our allies, but until we know more information, I mean, I guess they've already been studying the towers significantly, so I don't know how much more we could gain from analyzing them. I'd say that we probably should just head towards Snapstab and hope that maybe we can find some answers there.
Well, I mean, we could go back to Rutile Island and see if they have any information.
Oh, right. Sparkle pauses for a second, considers, and slaps Orem.
What was that for?
It has been a year since we last saw you, and you need to come to grips with that.
I know you said that yesterday, but I just...
It is a fact, and it's extremely annoying and insulting to the rest of us that you won't accept it.
You just told me this yesterday, and it was with a lot of commotion going on. I don't know that that's a reason to slap me.
Okay.
And why can't we go to Rutile Island?
Because everyone there has either fled or been killed.
There's one thing left there.
What's that?
Adam.
Oh, how's he doing?
Not good.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
something we could do for him?
Or maybe great, I don't know. He's become a whole horrifying spider monster that possibly threatens to wreak havoc on the Astral Sea if he ever escapes. So we're paying him, hopefully until the end of eternity, to stay there and keep eating spiders. And apparently dig for some magical thing that's in the center of the island. It's a whole situation.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we have the starfish.
Yes.
We know where Asmodeus is.
No, we do not.
You don't think he's back on, was it Vecna's Island?
I mean, it's possible Vecna's Island also moves, and we don't have the current coordinates of it, so...
And we do have one remaining gourd.
Yes.
What's with these gourds?
They are... Basically, Asmodeus erected these pillars, and they are allowing him to control time. And the Dalin and his compatriots, you know Seven Owls Wise, and
I know him. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Well,
Albrecht.
I know Albrecht, yes.
Yeah.
Well, so both of them were part of a mission sent by Arathis before he even, or not by Arathis, by Bahamut, before he died, as a sort of backup plan for us, or possibly knowing that we would eventually in some way fail.
As an actual plan with us as a distraction.
Yes. So that they were dispatched with to disrupt the 4 pillars, which have all each been erected in the islands of gods that we have previously met with. So we've been to here, the 1,000-hectare armory, the
Bleak Forest.
The Bleak Forest, and the last one left is Snapstab. And at each one, we've been able to significantly disrupt Asmodeus's operations through the use of the gores and the sacrifice of the person.
Oh, so Albrecht and Seven Owls Wise have had to sacrifice themselves?
Sort of.
And they're not dead, but they are bound to the places where the gores are active.
Huh. So Albrecht and Seven Owls Wise, and then I point at Dallin. And I suppose you're part of this too. You have a gourd.
Yep.
And so that's 3. What about this 4th gourd?
Our other companion, they met before they found me in the Feywild.
Oh.
Zanam was the first of us to stay behind.
Sanam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you've only got one more pillar to take down.
Snap stab.
Okay. And so what happens afterwards? What I mean, does that mean that Asmodeus is instantly killed? Does this make him weak? What does this do?
It will make him presumably weaker. I think that we will be in a much better position to defeat Asmodeus once this 4th pillar has been dealt with.
Yeah, and so have you made some plans once this 4th pillar is taken down? Do you anticipate that Asmodeus is instantly going to appear? Have you thought that far ahead, or?
Not so much. I mean, we've been trying to just stick to the mission and gathering allies and information as we go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we've been slowly recovering your companions as mine stay.
I look around. Where's Ket?
That's a question.
Okay, so it should be super easy for us to just get on the, the Don's Arena and just port over to Snap Stab?
We don't know where the Don's Arena is.
How have you been getting around?
The Eventide Regent.
Oh.
She's a Feywild ship.
Yeah.
You've heard of her?
I think if I remember some of my stories that were told to me as a young lad, yes. Okay, well, I feel if you say a year has passed, it doesn't feel like a year has passed. It literally has felt like a couple of weeks to me.
I mean, Mr. Duthane.
Yeah. What is... Tap on his chest. What's going on here?
Quite a bit.
I mean, I can tell.
Right.
I mean, is all this happened in a year?
No. I had to go quite a ways to get back.
Like, time?
Yeah.
Oh. One timeline?
No. Many.
Oh.
It's many.
I'm sorry.
I'm here now.
Well,
now.
yes. I mean, that's positive. And, but, this wouldn't be an exciting adventure without you, Randus. And, of course, you, Low Sparkle, and you, Sakar, and I'm sure, Dallin, you are going to be a much better addition to this team than Ket. You don't have any imps or anything, do you?
No.
Good. So, what now? I mean, do we just leave this place? Do we need to figure out what's going on with these people here?
I mean, we already know they're a resistance movement that was dedicated to taking back the island, which we've sort of helped them achieve. So they're going to keep fighting Asmodeus' forces here. And we have to, I guess, try to retake our ship, which was captured on the way in. But hopefully, with the forces somewhat scattered, that won't be too hard. But and then we're gonna head towards Snap Stab.
Okay, so where's the boat?
We can show you.
Okay. I mean, unless you think there's anything else here that we need to do. Thanks for catching me up.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure there will be things that you aren't aware of later that we'll have to remind you of.
As you guys are talking, there appears to be a wizard that is kind of politely waiting for you guys to be done with your conversation.
Hello?
Oh, yes. So were you heading out?
That's the plan.
There's a matter of your payment. And he points at basically a table where they have a bunch of supplies. And under the table is like a massive, like piratey looking wooden chest with like a, basically iron reinforcements. It is just like when you open it, like gold just starts spilling out, as well as like, rubies and stuff like that.
Sakar will pick it up.
It's pretty heavy, but Sakar can get it. You would estimate, and by estimate I mean this is exactly what it is. There's about 2,250,000 gold in there.
And why are they paying us?
Because
Because you guys turned off the towers?
more or less.
Okay. It's not a bad day's work, I guess.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure doing business with you, and good luck with the rest of your operations here.
Thank you. Safe travels.
I'm the Durandus. Did you check and see if any of these guys needed to be research assistants?
I can say I did.
Okay. You think they want to be research assistants?
I don't know.
Any young wizards would like to become research assistants? Lots of travel.
There's like a couple of them that seem interested, but also they seem like they have their hands full, so they don't really pursue the question.
Okay. Well, if any of you change your mind, we'll be around, I'm sure. All right, I guess we head out.
It's not a lot is happening in the immediate warehouse district where you guys were. But as you move towards the dock where you last spotted the Eventide Regent, you can hear the sounds of like skirmishes still happening. Mostly because the side that is trying to retake parts of the island is particularly flagrant about their use of magic. So you see a lot of like lightning bolts and explosions and things like that.
Well, should we join in and see if we can't push back the tide?
I don't.
Couldn't hurt.
I mean, if they're in between us and the boat, I guess, but if not, maybe this is their fight.
They're not. If anything, all of the everything going on is probably pulling attention away from your path.
Marvel said I think they've got it underhanded. Plus, they've got Alusha and Fangs are working with them. So I'd say we should use this opportunity to make it to the boat.
Fair enough.
You guys head for the dock. This is basically a building. It's a covered dock, basically big docking platform. And you're able to find an unmanned door that you can probably unlock and get inside.
Slip inside.
When you slip inside, you see the following things. There's a big platform that you're standing by. There is a big, in quotes, a big regular sea ship sitting on the dock, just kind of parked there. Obviously, you guys recognize it as the Eventide Regent. Between you and the ship is, again, this platform, and also between you and the ship are several Asmodean priests' corpses. There's maybe 4 or 5 priests and maybe about 4 or 5 additional soldiers who are basically sprawled around on the ground. bleeding. And you do spot on the ship, you do spot a little gray fox. It's got one eye of one color, one eye of a different color, like one black one and one kind of silvery one, and just kind of sitting there looking at you guys.
Is that a... I lean over to Dallin. Is that a fake creature?
Yes.
Wow.
Did you do this, Drumstick?
Did what?
I assumed that was actually Fangs and Alicia.
Oh no, it was my new friends.
Are they a Noel and a Kenku?
I don't think so.
Who are your new friends?
At that point, you see somebody like on the Regent walk up to the edge. It appears to be a tiefling. He is wearing leather armor and has a bow strapped to his back. You do not recognize him. He's got kind of purplish skin and a big pair of horns. And next to him is a very, very large wolf.
Hello?
Oh, hello. There's a noise, and you see another big old wolf basically come from around the corner on the platform that you guys are on, along with a human woman who is wearing sort of like these long red robes. And she looks at you, looks at him, is like, the priest didn't have it. And he's like, well, it's not on the ship, so these guys must have it.
Who are you?
We are the ones who are looking for that starfish, and you're the ones who can relinquish it now or suffer.
Alternately, I could take your head off.
All right, let's roll initiative. Little Sparkle initiative.
30.
Orem,
40.
Dallin,
22.
Randus,
Also 30.
and Sakar.
33.
So here you guys are. This gray stuff here is the platform. This red thing here is a gangplank to the Regent. This is the lady in the red robes. There's a tiefling. There's a white and gray wolf, and a gray and white wolf. As everybody kicks it into gear, this lady begins to float up in the air, and a huge, well, not huge because it's contained inside this room, but a sizable black cloud appears above her and starts sparking and shooting lightning around and stuff. Her eyes turn like bright white, and that's about what happens. So we'll start with the gray and white wolf. He'll run over here and try to take a bite out of Randus.
Ah,
And we'll watch.
okay.
So yeah, it just like jumps up, goes to bite Randus, and just tears right into a part of Randus that is redundant. So just basically just shreds his like cool post-app cloak a little bit, and that's what it does this turn. And that'll take us to Orem.
Okay, because the wolf is next to me, I can't cast any range
one
spells,
second.
correct?
What did you prepare?
I'm doing all of the, I believe they are the summer ones is what I have.
I meant to ask you before.
Yeah,
we just, now that we're in epic level, we need to get into the habit of doing that thing that we should have been doing this whole time.
Yes, exactly. I will do one sword against the gray and white wolf. It is a 47 versus reflex.
47 versus reflex will hit.
28 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to perform a secondary attack on this.
Mhm.
So that's 38 versus, let's see, that's against Will?
That will not hit.
Okay, so 38 against Will does not hit. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to shift back 1.
Okay.
To be right here. And I'm going to end my turn.
All right, that's going to take us to the white and gray wolf. I don't know if it's going to... Oh, sorry. This is important. You started your turn inside the thing, so take 50 lightning damage.
50 lightning damage.
Ugh.
Wow.
All right, I will do that.
The white and gray wolf is going to move over here, and then will charge over here and attack Orem.
No.
And we'll roll a 3, so that's 36 versus AC.
That's a miss.
Okay. And that's going to take us to Sakar.
All right, when you say it's a roll, is it a separate roll of like doing something?
It takes a move action, and you have to have enough squares left in your move action to get there. But
right.
Before we get too far into it, take 50 lightning damage.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
As a bolt of lightning flies out of the cloud and strikes you.
I like the sound of that. So here's my question. Actually, I have 4 interlocking questions. Question number 1.
Okay.
You know how I have incredible stride,
Yes.
which gives me a power bonus to speed,
Yes.
and you know I have primal leap, which is speed plus my strength modifier for 1 leap. Does incredible stride modify primal leap?
Let me look.
Sure. Because I have a +5 power bonus to speed with incredible, or +4 rather, with incredible stride.
Jump
Which
a number
would
of squares equal to your speed plus your strength modifier.
Mhm.
That's primal leap and incredible stride. Until the stance ends, you gain a +4 powers bonus to speed. Yeah, that would stack.
That would stack, okay.
Yeah.
And the +8 is what I can do with the primal leap. Is that correct? Or is +8 just my strength modifier?
Okay, so yeah,
Check my strength
+8 is your strength modifier. So
and my speed is 7, so I can leap 15. So I don't actually need to use the earth stride to do what I want to do. I'd like to leap right here and chop his head off. So
if you have the squares and you want to use both of these, you should be able to.
I don't think I'll have to, because I was thinking that my thing was +8, but if +8 is the modifier of 7, I can leap up to 15 from where I am.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I should be able to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you just need to make the roll.
And
yeah,
you said that would be an athletics check?
Yep.
About a 39.
Well, let's check on that. 39 will do it.
Yes. So Sakar goes a leap.
Okay.
Lands
Well,
here.
Probably here,
Theoretically.
because otherwise that'll provoke.
Can I tell where the zone is?
Yeah.
The cloud
The question
zone?
is, can you tell where the zone is?
You're not in the zone now. If you move north 1, you will be in the zone.
Right. Can Sakar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Sakar can tell where the zone ends.
Okay.
So if you want to land there, that'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Or an opportunity attack.
I think if I know where the zone ends, I'd prefer to be out of the zone because I just got hit really hard by lightning.
I'm gonna say it probably won't provoke. Let me get my arrow out. I don't know. Maybe you would provoke.
Want to flip a coin?
If you had been a little bit farther out, I would say no. But there, I'm gonna say that it does provoke. So he's gonna take a swing at you.
Okay.
He's gonna kick at you.
Is this before I get to do anything?
That is provoked by your movement. So technically, it happens while you are here, and then you will get to travel that last square.
Okay.
Well, that's another botch. So.
So since that was an unmodified move action with my minor, I'm going to burst into flame.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack him in the face.
With ripping and clawing.
There's so many options with the chopping and the hacking and the glaving.
And the tree branches.
The fangs.
Well, I'm not well, kinda. I'm sort of a flaming flesh thing, glurpy mess right now. And there are definitely tree elements. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going to hit him with the warding smash.
Okay.
Because I'm angry. He's on our ship. He's in my face, and he dared to threaten me. And that's 42 versus his AC.
42 versus AC will hit.
Excellent. Since I am on fire, and I am an angry Dampier, I'd like to go ahead and trigger Savor the Black Blood with this attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to give him a little bit of extra ouchies in the face. 10 extra damage with Savoring the Black Blood. Then I got to roll a bunch of other stuff. 48 damage.
Okay.
The target is knocked prone.
Okay.
And because some of that damage was me actually drinking his blood, I get 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
So I'm a vampire hateful guy, and I will be like, "Arr, I bite you with weird tendrils that look like, I don't know, probably Venus flytraps." Just
Sure.
because I hate that guy. I really do. All right, so that was a move. That was a minor. That was a choppy to the face. Can't really do anything else unless I had something that is a thing that I can't. All right, that's my turn.
All right. That's
He
going to take
doesn't
us
look
to the
bloody or
ranger.
anything, does he? Oh, shoot, I forgot to mark him. He's marked.
Okay.
I meant to do that. That's exactly how I wanted that to look.
He's going to stand up and he's going to take out a sword and try to stab Sakar.
That seems reasonable.
There we go.
That's
So that'll
a
be
much
50
better
versus
roll.
AC.
50 versus AC does indeed hit.
So that'll be 79 damage as he slashes at whatever you are now.
Untyped?
Untyped. Oh, also I forgot something. Sorry, these guys have a lot of random things to them. Take 16 fire and necrotic damage from having hit him, and it makes him mad.
16 each?
No, it's 16 fire and necrotic, so you only apply, if you have a resistance to both, you only apply the lowest.
I only have a resistance to necrotic.
Okay. So then what's your necrotic resistance?
10.
Actually, it doesn't matter. It gets through that. Yeah. So
you don't have resistance to fire anymore?
I don't know. The fire resistance was from my offhand weapon, which was probably killed and eaten.
Honestly, it's worse than that. It was probably given to an Asmodean soldier. Yeah.
If I ever meet that soldier.
Okay, so that is that guy's turn. And that's all he can do. So we'll go to Randus. Take 50 lightning.
Would I be able to do an immediate interrupt on that?
Possibly. Depending on
Probably
what it is,
not, because I don't think you can use immediates during your turn.
Yeah,
that's true. Can't use immediates during your turn.
Darn it. Okay.
Haha.
Right.
Rules, lawyered.
Then
wait. Bad news.
Not a good time to go out there, Rob.
We've established that Rob's lawful neutral. He has no use for your social chidings.
All right. Rolling my keeper's prescience, bank to die, 12, not bad.
Okay, you take your damage.
Yeah, damage, right. First, a minor action to go ahead and try my trick of knowledge, to roll my arcana, see what kind of ongoing bonuses I can get.
Okay.
Ooh, a 60. Pick 3. One more and I would have gotten all. So I will go a +2 bonus to all attack rolls with arcane powers, a +2 bonus roll to defenses, and a +5 bonus to saving throws.
Okay. Make a note of that.
Okay.
What's the other option?
Make saving throws at the start of my turn instead of the end of my turn.
Yeah, +5 makes more sense for you.
And I will go ahead and use Clockroach Swarm as an attack. I'll go ahead and target, let's see, 4, 5. Yeah, that area.
Okay.
35 versus Reflex.
35 versus Reflex is not going to hit anyone.
Will a 39 do any better? Swapping to 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna say in general that'll be you have to make the decision before you know the outcome.
Okay.
It's a pretty powerful ability, so
Also,
I'm okay
I think
with capping it there. So what's that? That's
5
a 5
by
by 5
5.
square.
Yeah.
So that's
that looks good.
Okay.
All right, and so nothing on a miss other than create a zone, a tiny mechanical cockroaches that last until the end of the encounter. Any enemy within the zone grants combat advantage.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That is going to take us to.
I still got a minor action. Which,
sorry. Go ahead.
I will use to probably heal someone. Let me just see. Yeah, he's within 15. I'll go ahead. Are you bloodied, actually?
Me?
Sakar.
No.
Close, but not.
I'm
about 10 off from it.
sure you could still use the healing. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, go ahead and heal back your healing surge value plus 12. Or no, 22.
Okay. What else?
That'll be all.
Okay. So now it is the little sparkle. Take 50 lightning.
50 versus AC?
50 versus AC will hit.
At this point, all of the mics were turned off, but Sam attacks the floating woman who is unarmed, hit her, did a bunch of damage, and that's where her turn basically ended. It was a pretty cool move, I will say that.
All right, that's going to take us to Dallin.
Hey, Rob gets a turn. Ow. I assume I take 50?
You do, unless you got lightning resistance.
No, I have to be attacked first to do that. I think. I don't have lightning resistance, do I?
I don't think so. I don't think Dallin walks in with any resistances. He has to, put him on.
Nope. I have 18 necrotic.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, yeah, because you're a shadow guy.
Because I'm a shadow guy.
That's probably where that comes from.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the lightning. I'm going to use my new power, which is Dimensional Charge.
Okay.
Before making the attack, I can teleport 10 squares to a space adjacent to the target. If I do, the attack is a charge.
Nice.
Boop.
Ha! Sword Bros.
Sword Bros. So yeah, I'm going to dimensionally charge this guy by running into the shadow under Orem. I get a +1 because of that. Because of the charge.
Yep, because it's a charge.
Plus 29.
Also, it'll end your
2.
turn if you don't spend an action. Would you like to have something before that?
Cursed, the white and gray wolf, right? That would have been the closest one.
Yes.
And I have other minor action things I can do. I did not take into account that would actually end my turn because it becomes a charge.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Action point.
It's all good. It's a new thing, so. And there are action points also, yes.
Yeah. This seems like a really opportune time to actually open with battle start. Sword Mage Warding.
Okay.
To get a
So
bonus.
Sword Mage Warding,
plus-
curse, then charge.
Or curse Sword Mage Warding, then charge.
Sure.
Either or.
I understand, Rob. It's the same thing.
I'm just being me.
Yeah, I know. You want to roll for that dimensional charge?
43 versus AC.
You
assuming.
counted your combat advantage.
That's what the +2 is.
All right, 43 will hit.
Yay! I was really worried when you asked if I counted the combat advantage.
Just
He's just robbing
force
you
of
back.
habit. Force of habit.
Crack, boom, flare. 29 fire, thunder, lightning damage.
Wow.
Crack, boom, foosh. There we go.
There you go. Is he
I
bloody?
knew there was a sound
He's
effect for
bloodied.
fire.
He is bloodied. That'll bloody him.
Nice.
Anything else for Dalin?
Does he go before Sakaar? No, Sakaar
Sakaar?
goes first. Sakaar should finish him off. I'm good.
Okay. All right. That's
Team
gonna
Shadow
take us,
Sword. Wow. Sorry.
That's gonna take us to Storm Person. This area slows them, right?
I don't think it slows them. They just it just grants combat
Oh, okay.
advantage.
Well, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't. Is it difficult terrain? Just combat advantage.
I'm scrolling back. Yep, just grants combat advantage.
Okay.
It does last to the end of
so
the encounter.
She will shift here.
That's just mean.
Boo.
That's just mean.
And that's her turn. So that'll take us to Gray and White Wolf, who is next to Randus. So he's going to try and this time get some sort of organ.
Okay.
Hey, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Do they exist anymore?
48 versus AC.
48 will hit.
I think they do. That'll be 88
Whoa.
damage.
Okay. Untyped, I assume?
Untyped fang damage. So something gets ruptured, something important.
That is a lot of ones in there.
It is.
Mhm.
And it was still
That's-
88.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a good place for it to go. Kind of isn't. So it's just gonna stay there. And that'll take us to Orem. Take,
Yes, take
50 lightning.
I'm now bloodied. These three are not within burst 1 of each other, are they?
No.
Yeah, I didn't
No.
think so. I'm going to hope something will happen here. When I'm gonna just cast mass transformation. So anybody I cast this on. All right, let me just cast mass transformation. It is an area burst 2 within 20 squares, so I can just drop it like right here, and I should be able to hit all 3 of them.
You can't take opportunity attacks if you're dazed, right?
Am I dazed?
No, the wolf is.
No, the wolf is chased.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can shift. I'll shift 1 back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will cast mass transformation right here, which
Try to hit White and Gray Wolf and the Storm
and
Person.
the storm person.
Okay. What does that do?
So, mass transformation. On a hit, the target turns into a tiny beast of your choice. Save ends. After effect, the target takes 3d8 plus my intelligence modifier damage from the transformation. On a miss, they still turn into a tiny beast of my choice until the end of the next turn. As a tiny beast, the target is dazed, and as only actions it can take are to move its speed or shift. All of the target's equipment transforms with it. If it takes damage from any source, the effect ends. I guess I'm hoping that it also will take out this storm
The
cloud.
lightning field.
Yeah. So mass storm on all of them. Ugh, that is a pretty bad 28 versus fortitude. I think that's going to miss.
That is going to miss.
Oh, wait. Oh, even on a miss, all these guys turn into tiny beasts of my choice.
Correct.
So
for a turn.
Until the end of its next turn.
Right.
So I don't know if that will be for very long. Probably not.
Be a minute. All of us go before the end of her next turn.
That's true. Yeah. So let's do that. I'm not going to spend an action point, but I will use second wind or whatever, to try to get back a healing surge.
So that's a standard action. You want to
okay.
spend an action point and use second wind?
Man, because I think I'm going to have to do that. Because I don't have any other healings. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Nothing wrong with it. Action point, second wind. Get your
Action
+2
point.
to all defenses.
Yep.
It's a solid play.
Yep.
Yep.
So that is what I will do. And I will get, it looks like, 35 back.
Okay.
Still puts me at just over bloodied. But I'm not bloodied any longer.
Okay.
And
35 is your healing surge value?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
1/4 of my hit points.
I know, I just had a moment of, I haven't played a glass cannon in a while, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, and Sakar is a particularly beefy
Yeah.
defender, so what else there for Orem?
That's it. I did a shift is essentially my move, right? So
Yep.
then I did an attack. I don't have a minor because I don't have anything to sustain at this point.
Okay.
I did a standard and I did a action point for a healing surge.
Okay. So what are you turning these guys into? Like little mushrooms?
Tiny mushrooms.
Okay.
Gotta go with the classics.
Yep. The white and gray wolf turns into a little mushroom, and the storm person turns into a particularly powerful looking floating little mushroom.
Boo.
So
all right. So
it does not get rid of the storm.
All right. And unfortunately, because of the way I prepared today, I don't have Dispel Magic, so I can't even use that right now. So
control it up, controller. White and gray wolf can't do anything really except move or shift, right?
They're dazed. The only actions they can do are move, its speed, or shift.
Okay. So it'll just be a very threatening little mushroom and move over here. And that's going to take us to Sakar.
Is Randus as injured as that bar seems to imply?
I'm pretty injured.
Okay. Sakar has a word for you. The word is lightning resistance.
Well, it's a good word. You don't get that, but you do get some hit points.
Yep. Sakar allows Randus to spend a healing surge and gain 6d6. Do I roll those?
Yeah, go ahead and roll those, Matthew.
Plus
Healer's
29.
choice.
Healer's choice. Looks like Healer's on a roll tonight.
Yeah.
All right. I am healed. I'm no longer bloodied.
Nice. And now that I've healed somebody, it's time to do an equal amount of damage because I am true neutral, as far as you know. I'm currently on fire, so form of summer fire attack in the face.
Okay.
35 versus AC?
That's not going to hit.
Well, rat fart. It only does half damage on a miss. And I would have to make a successful attack to use the vampiric scimitar powers, which that's a bummer. But I can use Tainted Predator. All right, yeah. Can I use Tainted Predator? Hang on. It's a minor action. I suppose I would have had to have done it before I did the attack, huh?
Probably.
Yep, so no, I can't, but he's going to get half damage anyway.
Okay.
Hang on, does he catch fire? You should catch fire. No, but he is weakened until the end of my next turn.
On a miss as well?
Yeah, on a miss.
Cool.
He's weakened. Yeah. till the end of my next turn. If I hit him, he's weakened until he saves.
Okay.
So basically right now he's going to bleed a little bit. All right, so let's roll. That's kind of a bummer. So he's going to take 13 damage.
Okay.
Because I don't like his face. He's probably not dead from that.
No.
With the storm cloud mushroom in play, is it worth an action point to try and finish him off?
Speaking of which, did you take your 50 lightning at the beginning of your turn?
Well, I'm about to.
Okay.
Have done that already.
I mean, if you can put points on this guy that's next to you to take him out, I'd rather you do that than have him have a few hit points and try to take out the storm person.
Yeah, try and take out the tiefling, because if you can do that, I can potentially shut down the lightning damage, at least for a round.
All right.
As you make it
Then
go
I
way
will
over
action
there.
point. And because I keep getting struck by lightning, I have this great idea. I'm going to use lightning. I'm going to use my new power, the Guardian Storm. This crazy lightning lady just taught me a new power, Rodrigo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. See, because I have to have flavor text. It's what I do.
Sure.
So you get struck by lightning and then like kind of channel it and stab out with it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Struck by lightning, which means instead of being a writhing beast of blood and tentacles and the occasional limb here and there, I'm a writhing, flaming beast of tentacles and lightning and the occasional limb here and there. It's really kind of gross, but hey, you do what you can do. And 39 versus AC.
39 versus AC is not going to hit.
It's a little, did
I
you
hit
add
him.
Did you add in your +2?
for flanking?
Ooh, no. 41 versus AC because I have combat advantage.
You do. 41 versus AC is not going to hit.
But
I didn't think so. But
Does your action
Did you-
point give you any powers?
My action point gives me the ability to charge him. That's
Charge him for all this
That's it.
damage that he's done.
when I spend an action to use a nemesis event, since it hits at least one target, it has to hit in order to charge as a free action. So I spend it. No, it doesn't do anything in this particular case. And unfortunately, that power doesn't have missiness to it. So I pretty much hate him. I hate him so much that he keeps hitting me with lightning. Yeah, so that's my turn, and that sucks.
Gonna move on to the other guy's turn.
did we mark?
Right about now. I'm sorry, what?
He's marked. He got
Oh,
it
okay.
in right under the line. See, I was paying attention because I saw the green dot go in. I was like, what did that green dot mean? And then I heard Rob talking, and it was like, wah, 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 and I had to think, and then Sam gave me the answer.
All right. Now on to this guy's turn. He is not doing well enough to ignore that mark, so he's just going to take a swing at Sakar.
Yay.
Yay.
That'll be a 37 versus AC.
Oh, that's a swing and a miss.
If he was doing well enough to ignore that mark, he'd be taking a swing at Dolan.
Would that have
Definitely.
hit?
I don't know.
I don't know that I would have hit Dolan either.
Yeah.
So he's gonna shift. He's gonna shift here, and that'll be his turn. I mean, he's weakened anyway, so it's not like he would have dealt that much damage. That's gonna take us to Randus.
So remember, anybody that you hit that's a mushroom, if you hit them, the effect ends.
Well, I can probably
Take your 50 lightning.
All right, yep, 50 lightning, which will re-bloody me.
Ugh.
It's kind of okay. Yep, that re-bloodies me. Keeper's Prescience, a 14, not bad.
Okay.
Gonna use a move action to shift up this way And then use a minor action to use Warforged Resolve.
Okay.
And so I gain a number, temporary hit points equal to 3 plus half level, so 26. No, that's not right, 16. And since I'm bloodied, I also heal that many as well.
Right.
Not a super lot, but that's something. And I also got a feat that one ally adjacent gains 2 temporary hit points. Not much.
Right.
Hey, 2 temporary hit points is 2 temporary hit
Better than
points.
nothing.
You could also make a saving throw against an effect that deals ongoing damage, but...
I don't have anything like that, but hey, 2 temporary hit points. I'll use them.
All right.
So he went from being Fry to being Zoidberg to being Bender. So next he's going to be a purple-haired Cyclops, right?
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and target the mushroom, but that's just because I'm going with my other big blasty power.
Which mushroom?
Well, I'm going to be targeting pretty much everything.
Oh, okay. So
I
all
think.
the mushrooms.
Area, well, no, hold on. Burst 3, that's not as big as I thought. Let me see where I want to put this.
What does it do?
4, 5, 6, 7. But what would have the effect of possibly damaging enemies? And if I actually hit, then gives boost to allies. But then also has an effect of healing allies in the area too. So that's why I'm trying to figure out where a 7x7 would be.
I kind of feel like healing you and Orem is the...
It's allies. So not
Oh,
me.
so you won't
He can't
count.
heal himself.
You.
Yep.
But it may have a combat damage effect.
That would hit Sparkle. It wouldn't affect any of those guys. So you think I should get... Well, even here I can't get Orem. And if I ignore Orem and kind of go more down here... Yeah,
Is it a burst or a blast?
It's a burst 3. Ranged burst
Yeah,
3
if you-
within 20.
I mean, if
Area.
you put it down where these guys are, you could get in some damage and some healing.
Yeah. I think, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's
You know,
just...
since it's a burst, I don't know what the ruling on that is, but allies might actually include you if you are within the burst.
Really?
I think so. It's not
I would
like,
assume so.
yeah, I would as well. So we'll look into it, but I'm willing to rule that it can include you.
Know an easy way to figure that out. Your class heal ability. How does that read?
Let's
The
see.
target.
You were one ally in burst.
He is not his own ally.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so maybe not there. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking down here so I don't unmushroom the thing, and I'll get target the enemies of the Storm Person and the Tiefling Ranger and the allies of Little Sparkle, Dolan, and Sakar.
Okay.
Ooh.
And so, first I will do a roll. This is Arcana. I should remember to do that +2.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
that's your
go-
attack roll.
I'm going to swap into 14. We could,
Makes sense.
43 versus not AC, Fortitude.
43 versus Fortitude, and that is against the Ranger and the Storm Person.
Yep.
That will hit both of them.
Sweet.
Randa sees a timeline where it hits no one. And instead does this.
So 23 damage.
Okay.
Not a super lot. But with a hit, each ally in burst gains a +1 power bonus to attack rolls and all defenses until the end of my next turn.
Ooh.
And effect, each ally in burst can spend a healing surge and regain additional hit points equal to 26 plus wisdom plus my potent restorables, so 2d6 plus 12.
Roll it.
All right. 17 damage.
So how much are we getting?
Your healing surge, well, not you.
Oh, I'm not in this?
You're not in this.
Oh, thanks, Randus.
Sorry, you're way up there. Way up here with me. But, yep. Healing surge value plus 17. And +1 to hit and +1 to defenses until the end of my next turn. I think I might go ahead and spend an action point.
To blip out of existence?
No.
Oh.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a year.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and just use my healers. What was it? The healing word. So that you and I, Orem, can heal healing surge value. You do have to spend it. Plus 66.
Oh, nice.
20. So healing surge value plus 20.
Oh.
And I also got an extra move I can use at some point.
You want to use it now?
I don't know where I'd go right now.
Can you get on the boat?
No.
No. Because I'm about to get on the boat.
Well, I might run towards the boat if I'm left all alone, but... And that'll be pretty much my turn.
Okay.
So add that.
That's going to take us to Little Sparkle.
Damage made Stormbringer no longer dazed?
Yes, so she's no longer a mushroom, no longer dazed, no longer anything.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I'll fix that.
Back to being a horrible floating person.
It's cool. Skewered is better than dazed.
Yeah, so take 50 lightning.
Then I'm gonna pull out a pair of daggers and toss one at the storm person and one at the Grand Lord Wolf, and thank Randus's cockroaches for making them both have
Combat advantage.
Combat advantage.
yes, exactly.
Oh, there's no way you can get combat advantage on the Ranger right now, is there?
I could, but I figured you'd finish him off.
I want to shut down the Storm person.
Okay, yeah, then I can do that. That's fine. Slightly more complicated, but I can do it. So she'll use flock tactics and, take advantage of Dallin threatening the Tiefling Ranger to, what's it called?
Distract them.
Distract him, exactly. That's the one. And then, should I still use Dazing Double Shot then if I'm targeting him? No, I'll still do it. So I'll throw a dagger at him and a dagger at the storm person with Dazing Double Shot, and I'll have combat advantage against both of them. So that's going to be a 48 versus AC.
That's going to hit both of them.
Great. Then both of them are dazed until the end of my next turn.
Well, that cuts out right there. But there is good news with all the damage that Little Sparkle dealt.
Okay, so that's going to take out the Ranger.
Curse?
No, that guy was
Curse
not
was on the
cursed.
white and
The
gray
gray and
wolf.
white wolf. The white and gray wolf is cursed, yeah.
It's the purple. Okay.
And as you hit the storm person, you are slowed and have ongoing 40 cold.
Oh.
So, yeah, basically you throw your dagger, and along the path that the dagger follow, you just feel this, like, absolutely chilling gust of wind that you can feel, like, crawl up your arm. That's going to take us to Dallin.
Ow.
Yep, take 50 lightning.
All right. She's just granting combat advantage right now, correct?
She's dazed, I believe.
So,
no,
yeah.
she's been hit, so she's not anything. Well, from
She's
Little
still
Sparkle.
in the
Okay.
cockroach swarm.
She got re-dazed.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use Claws of the Magpie. It's the one that lets me shut down auras.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice. Do it.
After I curse her.
Curse you, storm person.
Wait, am I the closest person to her?
You are the closest one of your allies to her, yes.
Ha-ha! Prime shot, which is a +1.
Yes, a +1 to your attack roll.
All right. Brian, you're granting us some sort of
+1 to hit.
nonsense. Okay,
Power bonus.
cool. That'll be a 49 versus Will.
Nice.
49 versus will hit.
Yay! All right. So, does she have any resistances? This is psychic damage.
She does not resist psychic damage.
Okay, she takes 44 damage, about half of which is psychic.
Okay.
And until the end of... Oh, that's just an effect. I didn't even have to hit with this.
Nice.
Until the end of the target's next turn, it can use only basic attacks or other at-will powers. Also, the target's auras end and cannot be reactivated until the end of your next turn, of my next turn. And if I believe the Trickster's control thing, right, when I roll a 18 or better,
Uh-huh.
if you roll 18 or higher on a daily or encounter power, the power is not expended.
Yep, I think so.
All right, that's what
It's
my
like-
guide sheet says.
Yeah, it's like the first time that happens, the power is not expended, I believe.
Yeah, it's I can only have the actual first, like, if your first attack roll with encounter or daily.
Yeah.
And that's where it stops.
Good times. So yep, I guess it's not expended.
Yay! Her aura is shut down, and it will be shut down again on my next turn.
Excellent.
Face step? Smack?
Okay. Sure.
Might as well get free attacks in when I can, right?
Yep.
If we can take this lady down, that'll be helpful.
Mhm.
I am also concealed now.
Okay.
Oh, this is just a basic attack. Melee basic, plus 29. Sure.
Honestly, at this point.
Yeah, 34 versus AC.
That is not going to hit.
It came out facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
So you were compensating for the storm wind, and you took it down. So, all right. What else?
I think I'm good.
Storm person's going to like shake her head and try to focus, and she'll say, "These guys are a lot tougher than those priests." And Gray and White Wolf turns to her and says, "Yeah, you want to just call it here?" And she like looks at Dalin and like puts up her hands. You good if we are?
Raise my sword and look to Sparkle or Orem. I don't know who I look to anymore.
If we're getting our boat back.
She'll say, "Get off our boat, and we're good here."
They're already off your boat. I mean, there's a corpse on your boat.
Yeah, we'll just go and get on there. Yeah,
Can
pardon us.
Sakar
No.
reach the corpse?
Says the wolf, clearly in the tiefling's voice. Just roll that down the gangplank.
Oh, neat trick.
Sakar kicks it down the gangplank.
Who are you working for?
Well, we're freelancers, but the Bright Armada's got quite a bounty on that little starfish of yours.
Do you know who was going to pay the bounty?
Yeah, you take it to the Bright Armada and you get whoever their admiral is to pay it.
Where are they?
Probably somewhere in the Sea of Serpents nowadays.
Do I know where that is?
Yeah, you've got some charts.
Well, I don't want to see you again, or we won't be good.
The wolf comes over and like picks up the tiefling's corpse by the scruff of the neck and says, "Don't worry, if we ever cross paths, we'll make sure you don't." And they kind of the wolf starts trotting away. The storm lady like shakes it off and kind of floats away from you guys, and a little mushroom like chases after them.
Randus and I will get on the boat.
Yep.
Me too?
Oh yeah, you too. I forgot that you jumped off the boat.
You poured it over.
As we're getting on the boat, who's walking up the plank with me, Dalin or Randus?
Yeah.
What about the Fey creature? Is it with us or not with us?
It's with us.
Okay. And I give a little bow. Hello, Drumstick.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Orem Rivendorn.
Oh, you're Master Orem.
Yes, I am.
I heard so much about you.
Hopefully all good?
Yeah, most of it.
Good. Well, are you going with us?
Yes.
All right, after you then.
She
Yeah.
trots up. What happened to the 7 owls?
He stayed behind.
Oh, that's sad.
The Asmodeans didn't give you any trouble?
Nope. I think they weren't allowed to touch stuff or something until somebody powerful or important came by. But those guys didn't care, so they tossed this place.
All right, well, let's try to get things in order and cast off before we get more trouble.
Yeah.
Take a breather to patch up my wounds.
What does it feel like to be on the boat? Can I feel any Fey energies or?
No, not immediately coming off of it, but I mean, this is very clearly a magic boat. What with it not bursting into flame by making contact with the astral sea.
Right.
Why don't you give me a... God, what is that called nowadays? Give me a insight check.
Okay, insight. Not very high. 25?
At 25, you can tell that this boat has a personality, but you're not really sure what it is.
Hello, I'm Orem. I just kind of say out loud to the boat.
Yeah, I mean, there's no immediate response.
Okay. Thank you for having me aboard.
Are you speaking to the boat?
I mean, it is of the Feywild. It's good to have manners and be polite when you meet new things of the Fey.
I hadn't considered that it might be sentient.
I mean, it is taking you from place to place, right?
And providing exactly what you need.
Yes, but I had presumed that was just sort of a reflexive action.
Yes, so thank you, boat, for allowing me to come aboard, and thank you for taking care of my friends. Also, out of character question for Rodrigo, if this is of the Fey, is it okay to be eating things that has been offered to people?
That is something that Orem can sit around and figure out.
Okay.
Having ample experience with that.
Yes. And does he make a determination that it's okay?
You need to go down and have a look at the food for a while.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, if there's a room that I could go to?
Yeah, you can have 7 owls old room.
Oh, okay. Perhaps you would like to show me.
I'll show you.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll follow.
Okay. It's hard getting down the hallways because there's just stuff everywhere. And this is the hallway, and this is the galley, and this is the armory, and out of the armory you just see like mannequins just strewn out out of the door with there's just a bunch of knives and shuriken all over the place. Not like they were used on anything, just clattering around.
Oh, okay.
And you walk by the galley and there's dishes and pots just kind of strewn around.
Is this their doing? I mean, the Sakar and Dallin, they keep the galley that messy?
Oh no, that was those guys with the wolves.
All right. Well, does the ship clean up after itself, or do we need to do this?
Well, I think it can, but it's better if you do it.
All right, I will. So I'll start cleaning up the mess while the ship takes off.
Okay. All right. Yep. You guys have to weigh the anchor and...
Weighs a lot.
Other nautical terms.
Well, that sounds boring.
All right. Well, I think we will end it right there, as I guess the ship has made it out of dock, right, and sailing off into the astral sea, correct?
Sakar at the helm.
Yep.
All right. Orem's trying to make friends with the boat by cleaning up, and I don't know what Little Sparkle is taking a rest, right?
Just a short one.
And then Randus is tightening up his bolts.
Some emergency spot welding.
There you go. And Dallin is what? We don't know.
Probably at the helm with Sakar.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Sword bros.
There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, podcast@majorspoilers.com. Don't forget, if you are a patron, be on the lookout, or you already have access to the GM Roundtable. It's a show that we do specifically to help you become a better GM. There are already several episodes available over at patreon.com/majorspoilers. And for the rest of you, we will talk with you next time. And here's hoping everyone's dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.